Hello everyone, I'm BeakerTeck, also known as Keegan, and welcome back to City Skylines, where we are overlooking the nuclear power plant and general industrial space that we made in the last episode. And I have forgotten to turn on Demand Master, as I do nearly every episode. But that is on now, which of course should hopefully fix the fact that everything was despawning. I was wondering why everything had despawned over here. However, I think in today's episode, this space needs some detailing. Now, obviously, I put in all of the industrial spaces, and it did sort of help quite a bit. It filled up a lot of the spaces that I needed, but there's still some that need work. Like, for instance, all of the space here around the actual nuclear power plants. My only problem is I just don't know what to put in them. So what I'm thinking, if I just put this on slow, is everything despawns in the background because there's not enough bloody workers, because we only just have 6,000 population, and we have this area, this area, this area, and this area, and that's it. So in terms of enough workers, yeah, I can understand why there's not enough of them. And obviously these guys with just all the problems because they're not actually on any roads. But that's okay. We won't tell anyone. Just keep that between you and me. All right. Let's keep that between the two of us. Now, what I think I want to do in here is go ahead and put in some concrete on the ground. Obviously, that is the first thing I do in any industrial space is concrete the ground. Do I want one by one, or is 2 by 2 gonna actually work a bit better? How about 4? Nah, it's a little too big. Let's go ahead and just use the old 2 by 2. Fill in all of the space nicely. Oh, come on. Road anarchy, please. You. Go. 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 And then we can just use the 1 by 1 just to fill in a couple of these smaller gaps there. So now I have a nice concrete area in here, which we can go ahead and put in some container stacks. Now, I believe there are some actual, like, stacked containers somewhere in here. I have used them in the past. Where are they? No, right. Ah, yes, here we go. See, there are 2 stacks. And there are... The hell is that? That's a speed limit sign. That's not at all what I wanted. Where are the container 2 stack A? Which looks like this with some different colors on it. I'm not sure how exactly I want to go about doing this. I think maybe these don't actually change colors, which is a slight problem. What is this? A gift shop. Lovely. Let's have that in the middle of there. No, that's not at all what I want. A 3 stack of containers. Perfect. And then what are you? Another 3 stack of containers. There. That's our little container stack in the back. And then let's go to the industrial section. Go ahead, get just a couple sort of single containers, which these ones do change colors as I place them, so I will get a randomized selection of containers, which is very nice. We'll just do something like that. Bit of an odd stack, but that's okay. It would be very difficult to get to them. But that's not something that I'm going to worry about too much. I have sort of thought about it in the past with some of my container placements. Is that how the hell do people actually get anything out of these? Because they're all rather messy. That's fine. All I'm doing is just sort of placing in a couple things here and there, just to detail the place up. You know, some barrels here and there, and a couple boxes. Maybe a single box next to those barrels. Maybe this place out the back can have some stacks of wood, like so. And then, I believe there, yeah. And then a couple messy ones, which I will just do something like that with. Just so it looks like there's, you know, there's some work being done around the place. Oh, I want the sideways one. I want to spin around and put them there. Lovely. So that's the details all done. Sorry, the edge details all done. And I think we'll give these guys a couple trucks as well. And then where are the ground decals? This is what I want. Just a couple of these. Just around the place, just to sort of change up the ground a bit. Oh, excuse me, I have got the hiccups. Trying to suppress them as much as possible so you don't hear them, but it does. If I go silent for an extended period of time, you'll know why, and it is simply because I am suppressing some hiccups. And straight away, we have a nice little area, which from a distance I think looks really, really good. I'm very, very happy with that, actually. Now, next on the agenda is let's start with this one. Let's start with this one. I'm gonna go with the bigger concrete sections for this one. Go with a 4x4, which fills in the space very, very nicely. There is still a bit of an edge along between the road and this, but that's fine, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a bit of a fence down, I think. That's currently the plan anyway, is to place a fence down along that dirt strip, and I think that can look quite nice. Go ahead and finish filling this in. I do wish there were some thin ones, you know, like 4x1 and stuff like that, as opposed to 4x4. Just some different shapes would make placement of these a hell of a lot easier. Let's just go ahead and fill in underneath this as well. Because it wouldn't make sense to have, you know, grass and dirt under everything. So let's do that, and we'll do the same on this one. There. That's filled up the space quite nicely, and I think even just that looks a lot better than the grass. But I am gonna do some additional work on here. One thing I do want to look at is, I think I have some parks that are electrical themed, or at least warehousey themed. So if I can get some of them in, that would be really quite good, because it would mean people would actually come here. They would, you know, sort of do a bit of work around here and stuff. Sunken wall. No, that's... What does this actually look like? Hang on. Must be placed on roadside. Okay, well, come on. What does it actually look like? Just... Okay, so it's just a big old footpath, essentially. Nice detailed footpath. Kind of nice. Kind of not... nice? Combination of... Yeah, it looks nice. Okay, moving on. But not at all what I want here. I swear I downloaded some stuff that would work as sort of warehousey spaces. I know some of it went into the ship section, because it is sort of it was part of the harbor pack section, and there's, you know, a bunch of stuff. But these are, what's this? This is a warehouse, which is nice. We've got a massive warehouse, an even bigger warehouse. Lovely. Oh, hang on. I have to sneeze. Trying to hold it in. Is it going to work? Oh. Yes. Okay. Successfully repressed the sneeze. And if anyone here has never sneezed before, you won't understand quite how big an achievement that is. And for the rest of you, so basically I think everyone watching, you should appreciate that feat of mental strength. I have no idea what I'm saying, don't worry. I'm just waffling while I try and find things. But yeah, I can't seem to find the stuff that I'm looking for. Are they won't be in here, will they? No. They're definitely not going to be in here. I'll have a quick look though, just in case. Got a Walmart. I don't particularly want to place a Walmart, or a media market, or DIY market, or Saturn Electronics. Oh, these are not the things that I'm looking for. No. Oh, that's cool. I can place a castle down. Oh, I'm definitely gonna have to do something with that. Remind me down in the comments that I said I'm gonna do something with this castle. Otherwise, I will forget. I already know I do. That I will. Still can't. I mean, I've got a cathedral. Cool. Got a massive building. Again, very cool. But not really what I'm after here. But some of these buildings, man, wow. They are fantastic. They are really, really cool. The World Trade Center? Far out. Alright, this is cool stuff. None of it is what I want. Got a roller coaster? Come on. Where's the stuff I need? Because, I mean, this is a warehouse, but it's a little big. It's not gonna fit anywhere in here, and that's definitely gonna become my dock area, and I think I'm gonna do the dock somewhere along here, maybe? I'm still not entirely sure on where I'm doing this, because obviously I have the waterfront mall here, and it's going to expand a little bit down. So I could do it down on this side, but this harbor pack is going to be very, very helpful for that. But yeah, I'm not sure where all of my I think these are all my warehouses. This is the old brick warehouse, which goes over the roads. That's not what I want. Thought I got like a modular brick warehouse, but maybe not. Oh well, quite obviously I haven't. That's fine. Let's go ahead and start fencing everything off. The fences are in here, and they are this one here. This is what I want. Though I do have to spin the camera around so that my construction cost is not blocking my view. Oh wait. No, this is the way I want to do it. So now the construction cost is not blocking my view. Again, I thought I had installed the line tool mod, but I cannot seem for the life of me to find where it is. I have no idea. Frame heights, like it's not in here, because it's basically this amazing tool which allows you to just drag a line of props, and it, you know, gives you a straight line of props, and I don't really know how else to explain it. But I can't find the button or the hotkey. I've gone through all the menus. It's just not there, which is very frustrating, because doing things like this, not my favorite part of recording Cities Skylines. I'll be honest with you. In fact, it's probably my most hated part, is going through and doing bloody fences. Hedges are okay. It's because hedges can overlap. It's these fences which you have to get just right, otherwise you can tell that it's wrong. That really bother me. So, yeah. I think I'm gonna do just a quick little time lapse of these, so you don't have to see me place everything, and I don't have to waffle on about, random stuff like how it's the middle of winter and I'm wearing nice thick fluffy socks. Because I don't really think that you guys are interested in my sock wearing habits. Damn it. If you are interested in my sock wearing habits, let me know in a comment down below, and I'll be sure to waffle on about it at length in the next video. Okay, so that was a bit of a short time lapse there. I got, this line done. And so it was frustrating me that I couldn't get the bloody line tool to work. So I quickly popped open the workshop mod, the workshop screen in game, which oh, you can't actually see. I have it open right now, and you can't see it in the recording, so that's fine. But I did, yeah, I popped it open and read the page about where and how to use it. And some of you who are watching this probably spotted this already, but I didn't, and I feel like a complete idiot. Because it's here. Look, I'm in the prop tools, and I have the road tools. So if I go to road, here are my roads. If I go to props, here they are still. This is the single prop tool. The default, right? You click, you place, you get a prop. Bulldoze it. Normal. If I go here and I go straight line, I don't know what this is, so I'll turn that off. And I do this, I get props. And a line. Look at that. Straight line. Bang. Done. This has changed my life. I'll still do a couple singles so that, you know, I get the right angles that I need. I can finish that off, and then there's going to be a bit of overlapping with these ones. But that's fine. I mean, you can't really tell, especially if I zoom out. You're not going to be able to tell. So yeah, I finally found it. It's just this. I haven't even played with any of these. Toggle control panel. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is so cool. You got a little control panel and everything. I don't really care about that though. Where are my fences? What does this button do? See, yeah, this is one of the problems though, is I don't entirely know how to use this tool. Why is it not? Oh. I have to start at a... Oh no, there we go. What? How is this? Oh, can I not go... With this tool, I mustn't be able to, like... Yeah, see, it stops being used on roads, and obviously once I get inside this building, because this building and this stuff must overlap everything, so it mustn't sort of conform to road anarchy and things like that. So if I go anarchy on, yes, thank you. There we go. Now we're talking. I'll come all the way down, and I think I'll stop about there, and then we'll just go normal. Oh, this is so cool. And the thing is they're still individual items, so I can still just go and remove singular ones that I don't want anymore. Now let's change that angle just a little bit. Let's go something more like that, and then a little bit of an overlap on the fence there. We'll just get rid of one. We'll get rid of two of them, actually, and we'll just join everything up there. Obviously a little bit of an overlap, but that's okay. Can't really see it, and God, that makes me happy. Very, very happy that I have that tool now. It's going to make things a lot easier. So, what other things can I draw with it? Can I do, like... Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is so cool. Parameters, I can do spacing. Let's go plus 10 meters. I can do a whole line of these guys. Not that I want to, I'm just saying I can. That's very cool. I might want to do a line of these guys, though. Somewhere. Like if I go here, and I go in a straight line, and I go parameters, there. We change the angle plus 90. There we go. And then we go spacing minus a couple meters, something like that. Bang. Line of trucks, beautifully parked. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that is... I mean, it's completely ridiculous. It's unnecessary. I could have placed them by hand probably faster than I placed them with that tool. But it's the fact that I can do it that has got me all very, very excited. Very, very, very happy with that. That is fantastic. The question Oh, it does. I was gonna say, does it randomize the containers if I place them using this tool? And the answer is yes. Yes, it does. You can even use all of the standard row tools, so all the curves and everything. That is a very, very nice tool. Very, very cool. Anyway, back to normal prop placements. It is decoration time. Um, how do I want to do this? Do I actually just leave it almost at that? I mean, I could just concrete the whole place and just sort of call it done. I mean, what do power plants have? What do I put into a power plant that, you know, isn't more power planty stuff? I'm really not sure what I need to put in there. So maybe I'll just go scrolling through here, find the concrete again. We'll go 4x4, and we can just finish off some of this stuff. Yep. And we can just concrete it and then use my new favorite toy, the line tool, because I can. Um, it's fantastic. So happy about that. Um, that has absolutely made my day. Just concrete the whole lot in here, that when you're looking down from above, you don't see any grass spots. Lovely. And now we go and we start with the line tool. Yeah, I'll concrete you up as well. Why not? Why not? It's not like, you know, I have to worry about how long it's going to take me to fence everything off now, because I just do this. Ready? Line. Okay. From here. Okay. 0 degrees, please. 0. Thank you. Wait. Let me just go to there. Look at that. Hey. All the way down to about there. I'm just going to leave the ends open just a little bit, just so I can, you know, have some customized ends, because I will be needing it. And then we can go to about there, and then from about here we can go to there. And we go back to single, and we just fill in the corners. So, like, it's not the best, but something like that. And then something like, oh, we could almost leave it open, but I don't want to. I'm not going to. I'm gonna close it off, and then on this one, just a little bit of an overlap. You'll never know. You'll forget in 5 minutes. I hope. I know I will. So, if I do, you will. I believe that's how things work. Let's tidy that up. Let's do an actual corner piece. There. And there. Not the prettiest, but that's fine, because look how quick I did everything else. Ah, admittedly, if I do everything else really quick, it should mean I spend more time getting the corners right. That's not how I work. And I'm very happy about this. I'm very excited. I don't know if you can tell, I'm leaning into the microphone here, but I'm very excited about this tool. Okay, moving right along. Again, I'm not sure how exactly I want to detail all of this space. But I think what I might do is zone... I kind of want to zone some residential in here, just because I need more residential, but it makes 0 sense. But what does make some sense is having some office space in here, because obviously, you know, you need some thinky people. Uh, some thinky people. God, English really failing me. You know, some office space I think makes a bit of sense in an area like this. I think it'll work out fine. Nothing along here. I kind of like having the trees. I think that looks fine and dandy. And then that really fills out that space. That fills out that space there. Obviously, some more work can go into that. But I think in terms of detailing this space, I only really have these little bits in here to go. Now, in terms of this one, I'm gonna go with a handy dandy one of them. And then, I don't know really what else I want to put in here. I could go with some power related stuff. I believe that's under common. In here, I have, you know, solar panels. What's this? A medium solar panel, large solar panel. You know, I could go ahead and put some solar panels in here. Or I could just leave it. I could just leave it as it is. Obviously, this is a incineration plant, so do I have trucks? Anyway, what is this, by the way? This is a random AC unit. Wonderful. Thanks for that, game. Completely unnecessary. But does this game have, you know, dump trucks that I can place down? I actually don't think it does. I genuinely don't think it does. I'm gonna have to go through all of these things, but I've done it before and they're not there. Let's just place a couple random bits and pieces in the place, just to sort of, just so it's not completely empty when I look at it from up above. You know, it'll have something going on in here. We'll do that, and then we'll do we'll put a truck here, and then we'll put some decals in like that, and suddenly it looks a little too central. Everything's a little too centered. So let's just let's weight the centralization a bit this way, something like this. And in fact, let's get rid of that, and we'll put in a container stack, container 2 stack, like so. Different types of containers actually, which is fine. But now suddenly it's not so central, and that looks fine. Quite happy with that. Along this little section and in this little section, again, I'm not too sure what I want to do. I just really want to fill as much space out as I possibly can, because I think it needs it, to be honest. And I want as little green space as possible. But this, because it does have this massive gap here, is a perfect candidate for having trucks. So let's go ahead and park up a couple of these fellas. We'll have 3 of them, and then we'll have a mortar silo or 2, and then some of these things. What, I don't even know what they are. Concrete buckets, that's fine. Scroll back along to the front, and then we'll just put in a couple containers like so, preferably not a blue one. We'll just get rid of that. Get rid of that blue container. Put some of these things down. A couple single ones just to change up the shape just a little bit, so it's not so clear that they're the same stacks. Much nicer. And then you don't need some stacks of wood, but you, I think, do need some stacks of wood. In fact, I believe you need several of them, and maybe a bit of a pile there as well. Though it is going through the fence, so maybe not. Maybe not. I am tempted to fence this area off. Not actually because I have the line tool. I don't want to use it for the line tool. I want to do it because of this gate here. I think this gate works quite nicely. In fact, it almost... If I do that... see, I want it to feel like it's part of this building here. I'm just not sure how to achieve that. I can do that there. And then if we take this and sort of do something like that. So when the gate closes, this little section is still open, but that's fine. And then, then we can use our line tool. Ooh, that was very, very close. That's the thing, is it actually goes from the center of the prop, not the edge of the prop, which is why this can be a little difficult to place. But I'll get there in the end. I'll learn how long the different props are and everything. Okay, we'll do something like that. We can get rid of a couple of them, place them back in manually. Something like that joins everything up nicely. And something like, nope, about there. Not quite. Let's just go ahead and finish this off by hand, simply because I can. And you know, sometimes when you can do things the easy way, it feels nice to do things the hard way. It just feels right, okay? It just feels right. And in fact, I'm just going to do that. Get rid of this one and connect these up like so. Bit of a messy overlap, but from a distance, you're never gonna be able to tell. So these guys now have a nice little bit of a yard. Lovely. Filled in that corner quite nicely. So obviously there's still a bunch more work like that to do, but I'm contemplating whether or not to do it in this episode, as we are starting to head towards the end of the episode in terms of time. So I think, in fact, I am going to go ahead and end it there, and there'll be some more detail work in the next episode, which will be entirely time-lapsed, and then we will move back to the city, because this still needs work. And quite a bit of it. As you can see, it's quite empty. Anyway, back over to the power plant for the final shot of the episode. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, and also don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.